Um, okay, welcome to our team call tonight. We'll start with our Success Club shout outs as usual. So we've got like a week left in the month. So you guys, wherever you're at, there's still time to hit Success Club 5. We've got a couple people who are really close. I'm just going to go down the list so this is not in order. Mike over there's at 4 points. Molly has hit SC5. She's at 6 points. Mel is at 2 points. Danielle is at 1 point, and she just signed up like 2 days ago. Bethany, you're at 4. You only need one more for 5. Lydia, same with you. You're at 4. Morgan, same with you. You're at 4. Jess is at 2 points, and she's in Europe. Savannah, you're at 4. You only need one more point. Emily sold her first challenge pack. Emily Brown, you're at 2. Gray, you're at 2. Court is, of course, at 6. Good job. Brittany, you got 1. And I think that's the bottom of our list. All right. Good job, guys. We've got a lot of people on the board with Success Club points. I mean, I remember our team calls in the beginning and going through, and there was like only a couple names to mention. So we're doing awesome. Don't forget, I mean, a lot of times people hit Success Club within the last couple days of the month, okay? So don't rule it out. Go for your goal, whatever you're trying to hit. Tonight, our team call is going to be kind of quick. I wanted to kind of clear up some questions. I know a couple different coaches came to me with the same question, and I guess I never really went over it when you're a new coach. So we're going to clear up kind of what to do after you sign a challenger or a coach, or you don't sign a challenger and you've just made a connection with someone and you still want to offer them some kind of help. We're also going to go over kind of the July rundown schedule. And then I do have a quick video I wanted to show you from Summer Tucker, one of my mentors that I met in Cancun. And it's like a 4-minute video, but it's about creating your list. And so we'll get to that at the end. But let me go ahead and pull up this form that I made that I'm going to be uploading in our team page so that you guys will be able to see it too. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay, so it says, can you see it, Brittany? It says what to do once you sell a challenge pack. So you're connecting with people, building relationships, reaching out, seeing who you can help this month, seeing who's a good fit for the challenge group, who needs
now it's
support.
Just a blank screen though. It's just white.
Screen?
Yeah, it's just white. I can see your mouse moving.
Oh, shoot.
It was there and it went away.
Weird. Is it there now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just not going to make it full screen. So say you end up selling a challenge pack to someone. Will you immediately want to get that person plugged into our challenge group for the month? If it's halfway through the month or towards the end of the month, kind of use your best judgment on whether you want to plug them in and they can kind of catch up, or they want to just hold off and put them in next month's group, or kind of use your best judgment on that one. As our team grows, we might want to think about starting another challenge group like midway through the month, so that the second wave of people that come who purchase challenge packs, we have another place for them to start like halfway through the month with a new group. But you want to plug them into the challenge group, and then whenever I create the challenge group for the month, I'm uploading that Challenger Fitness Planner, which is like, I don't know how many pages, 20-page planner that has everything to get them organized so they can get their why down on paper. They can come up with their goals. They can identify what barriers they might have, just to keep them organized for the whole challenge. So go ahead and tag them in that post, in the comments underneath, tag their name. That way they can see it, they can print it out, and they can get started. It's always important, of course, we've been over this, to check in with your challengers periodically throughout the month, not just in the challenge group, but actually just private message them. Some people don't feel comfortable posting whatever they're struggling with in the challenge group. So just make sure you're keeping that personal coach one-on-one relationship and conversation going throughout the month as well. So that's what to do when you sell a challenge pack. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom when you don't sell a challenge pack. When you're talking to someone, you're building the relationship, and it just might not be a good time for them right now, or they're going to wait for their next paycheck, or, they say, let me know down the road or after the summer, whatever. So when you've made the connection and you've extended the invite and they say, no, not right now, let them know that you're here when they're ready to commit. And just by inviting them and talking to them, they're already going to feel more comfortable with you. And they know that that option is there. They know, whenever the time does come and they're like, oh gosh, I really need to tone up, or I really want to be able to keep up with my kids, or, whatever their why is, they're going to think, oh yeah, Brittany's a Beachbody coach. I'm going to reach out to her. So tell them you're here when they're ready. And then you can always ask them if they'd like to be added to our general accountability page. So that's our Knockouts Fitness and Nutrition group, Knockouts United Fitness and Nutrition group. That's a page which we're going to start posting more often in. Brittany did a really good job of posting in that a lot last week. But that's something that we always extend to challengers once the challenge group is over. It's a good way to keep in touch with people, and a good way to let them know about upcoming events, challenge groups, sales, whatever. It's also a way we can add value to them without having them feel the pressure like they need to make a purchase or something like that, right? So, we always talk about how your business, once you stop thinking of things as a sale and stop worrying about getting Success Club points, it's when your business starts to move forward, because you're genuinely connecting with these people and making an effort to make a difference in their life, right? So we want to be able to add value and help them however we can. And we'll post anything from recipes in there to, Brittany posted a good article on why you, like, how to look at the scale and why you don't need to rely on the scale all the time. From Autumn, I think. I uploaded a video on how to cut a mango. Like, it's just silly stuff, but a way to keep in touch with them and hopefully help them. So that is the rundown. If someone buys a challenge pack or a fitness program, or if someone already has a fitness program and just needs that support, you add them into the challenge group. If they do not make a purchase, we still want to help them, offer to add them into our Knockouts United Fitness and Nutrition group. And then we have in the middle here what to do when you sign a coach. So a lot of you are starting to build your team. People are starting to hit Emerald. We're growing. And so what I want to do is I'm going to be coming up with a more specific kind of roadmap on how to get your new coach started. But this was just a general step-by-step thing outline I wanted to come up with real quick, just to let you guys know, when you do sign a coach, there is a welcome email that I usually send out to all my new coaches, just telling them, hey, this is your website based on what their username is. If someone's interested in the challenge pack, here are sample directions you can kind of copy and send to them. If someone's interested in being a coach, here are directions you can copy and paste and send to them. A lot of us use PicMonkey or PhotoFi or whatever because we need to use social media to get kind of the word out about what we're doing and how we can help people. And I think I also have on there, like, a lot of us use Wufoo to create those form application things if you want to try it. And then I also add the pay period runs from Thursday morning to Wednesday night. It's delayed 1 week. So if I sell a challenge pack this week, I'm not going to get paid for it on Thursday. I'll get paid for it the next Thursday. And I tell them how to set up their direct deposit, which is super important. And I have had a coach who was a coach for a lot of months and just didn't set up her direct deposit. So she kept getting checks in the mail. And they do take out a small fee for that. So I would definitely recommend doing direct deposit. So send them the welcome email, which I'll upload into Knockouts United. Add them to that month's new coach training group right away so you don't forget. And I usually post in Knockouts United, here's the link for next month's training group. If you're new, join it. If you sign coaches, add your coaches. Tell them about the new coach packet that will be uploaded in the training group to get started on, kind of their step list, which that tells them how to set up their website, how to upload their picture, how to set up their direct deposit, things that they need to do to get started. Add them to our Knockouts United team page and introduce them on Facebook. I like to introduce my coaches on their wall so that all of their Facebook friends can see that they're now a Beachbody coach. It's kind of the first introduction and first way to let people know, I guess, because that's kind of important. No one's going to know unless you talk about it, unless you post about it. And then again, remind them to have their website and direct deposit set up, because that's kind of important. So we will go into more detail on a great way to get your coaches started. And I want to have a more detailed outline for you guys to follow, so it's systematic and nice and easy, so that when you do sign a coach or when you are adding to your team, you don't have to be like, oh, what else did I need to send them? What else did I want to do? We'll kind of just have a checklist that you can run down, because, you know, people who are having success need to come up with systems and have it duplicatable for other people to follow so they can have the same success, right? So I want to pass on what I've learned from other coaches and what's working for me, and hopefully it'll work for all you guys too. That was mainly what I wanted to go over tonight. Hopefully that cleared up any questions as far as what to do with whoever you're talking to. Another thing I wanted to go over is just kind of our events for July. I did post it in our cover photo, our important dates. So of course the first Monday of every month is when our challenge group kicks off and our new coach training. So this month it's going to be July 6th. Coach Summit is in Nashville this year. And I bet a lot of you just got an email today saying that there's still time to register. This is like a 3-day coach training convention, seminar, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be really fun. They're going to have panels, basically. They've got a lot of successful coaches, top 10 coaches, that will be speaking about certain topics and sharing their knowledge and tips and tricks. I'm going, I feel like I remember last year when coaches went, this will be my first one. So I remember last year when coaches went, they had so much information to bring back to us, and a lot of it's all recorded and on YouTube. So we're going to have a lot to follow after Summit, and hopefully add some new material and stuff to better our team. But if anyone does decide to go, if you are a new coach within the past 3 months, I believe you sign up, you can go for $99 for next year's summit, which will be next July. If you hit Success Club your first 3 months of coaching, so hit at least Success Club 5, you will earn, it's called Success Starters, and you will earn your ticket to next year's summit for free. And I believe they'll announce this year in Nashville at Summit where our next year's summit is going to be. There's also celebrity workouts. They have like a Success Club party. If you hit Success Club in May and June, you're invited to the party at Summit. Star Diamond reception. So it's like learning and workouts and parties. So it's really fun. And next year I want to bring a ton of coaches from our team. So that's something to think about. That's July 16th to 18th. The Monday after that, July 20th, we're going to start our sneak peek to kind of show the business opportunity, the coaching opportunity to a new batch of potential coaches. And then July 25th is Super Saturday, Beachbody's quarterly event. It's usually a Saturday morning from like 9 to 12 or 10 to 1 or whatever. I have posted the information for the one in DC and Northern Virginia. There are places, I mean, they go on all over the country. So in your Coach Online office, if you're looking for one near you, I can help you find where it is and how to get tickets and who to contact. But they're really fun. We usually have guest speakers. They do a workout at the end, and hopefully you can take away some good material from that. So that is going to be July 25th on a Saturday morning. The last thing I wanted to do tonight is share a video from summer with you. It's a video about creating your list. And I know I've talked to Well, all coaches at some point feel like this, but I've talked to some of our newer coaches who feel like they've reached out to a lot of people and they're kind of coming up with nothing. Or they feel like they're just kind of in a drought. Nothing's happening lately, or people say they're interested, but then nothing. So that's kind of when you still want to be consistent. And how many times do you hear that? Just be consistent and you'll get through it. But for real, you just want to be consistent and kind of go back to the drawing board, okay? People you have invited recently and followed up with, you obviously, it's awkward. You don't want to keep following up with them again. So it's nice to have a resource where you can kind of go back to the drawing board. So we're going to watch this quick video about creating your list, and then we'll see if you guys have any questions. Let me go ahead and share my screen for this one. All right.
Hey guys, so I want to talk to you guys about your list. I learned very early on that your list is the lifeline of your business. And at first that's super scary because when we think business, we think sales. And that was my big hang up at the beginning of this business. I don't want to sell anyone. I don't want to chase anybody. I don't want to sell my family and friends. You know what I mean? That's just icky. But once I realized that the names on the paper that I was making, they had families, they had beating hearts and kids and struggles and fears and goals and hopes, and that if I built that relationship from a genuine place, if I built it right and got them to open their heart to me, I could impact theirs, and chances are they're going to impact mine too. And that's when it became exciting for me. So that's how I want you guys to think about this when you're constructing your list, because that's what I want you guys to do today.
Uh-oh. Can you see now, Brittany? Okay. Hold on, she's loading. The super internet connection we got.
So that's how I want you guys to think about this when you're constructing your list, because that's what I want you guys to do today. I want you to sit down and have fun with it. Chad and I do it actually every single month. We refresh our list, or sometimes we get behind it every couple months, and we sit down with a glass of wine and we kind of smile about it and laugh, and we talk about the relationships, and we talk about how far we've come in some of the relationships and those that have changed our lives and some of the stories that go with it. So it's actually really a fun thing to do, but it had to start with that very initial list that we made 4 years ago. And that's where you guys are at right now. And I want you to sit down. I want you guys to learn from our journey. I want you to have fun with it. I want you to get excited about it. I want you to sit down with your spouse turn the music on after the kids are in bed, and make it fun, and just start brain dumping all the people in your life. Family, friends from high school, college, people you work with, people from your kids' school, people from your kids' sports, people that work on your car, people, your hairstylist, everybody, people from Facebook. Get their names down on paper. That is so important because their name is worth writing down. I want you to physically write their name down. And here's the deal. Don't prejudge anybody, because I'm not asking you to invite them or do anything with them now. I want you to get these names on paper because they might actually end up becoming connectors. That might lead you to think of someone else or lead you to somebody else that you can help. Okay, so that's your assignment, so to speak, is to sit down, have fun with it, and just start writing all the names down. The longer, the better. And it should be crazy long. I challenge you to get up to 100 people. Come on, how many people do you have on Facebook that you're friends with? How many people do you see out in town every day and at work, or at your kids' functions? If I can come up with 100 people, a stay-at-home mom that doesn't get out of the house much, then so can you. So have fun with it, get the names down, and then I want you to do one other thing, because I'm going to attach like a little organizer for you to get the names down. There's a column on the right side that says Dream Team. And this is like the people like, man, if they understood this opportunity, if they understood what this team meant, if they understood, if I could show them, I would love to have them on my team. I would love to share this with them. I'd love to grow something awesome with them. I would love to build memories with them, because that's exactly what you're going to do. Gosh, I wish you guys could see from my viewpoint of what this can be, and the relationships that you're going to build, the stories that are going to be created from these people that are on these lists that are going to change your life and their lives forever. So please, when you sit down with this assignment, be excited. Don't ignore it, because it's a really, really cool process. And don't worry, I'm going to teach you how to build these relationships in such a way that it's genuine, that it's real, that it's heartfelt, and that we help them, not that we sell them, because that's icky and that's not fun, and no one wants to be sold, and they're not dollar signs. These are people. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to touch their heart, change their lives, reach out to them in a real way that is exciting and just a really cool process. But it has to start with this list. So get it all out there, have fun with it, and remember, I challenge you, I want to see 100 people, 100 lives, that over time, it's not going to be right away. It might be 6 months, 12 months, 2 years from now, but these are lives that are going to be impacted in a positive way, somehow, some way, by you. And that is cool. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. So Summer talks about creating your list. And I know when I first started coaching, I just kind of willy-nilly all over the place. Who can I invite? What should I do? And I didn't have a list. So once you create a list.
If it's okay with you, Mike, I wanted to talk about a little bit about how did you build this list? Like, you're a year old, you're a babe in internet marketing terms, yeah? You're a 1 year old babe, and here you've got this group and you've got this list. You've used the list in a very clever way.
Okay, I had no idea where that was coming from. That was horrifying. Okay, I went to the next YouTube video. That really scared me. For some reason, Molly's screen was like outlined in green, which meant noise was coming from Molly's. And I was like, who is Molly? I was like, I do not think her husband has an accent like that. Okay. Whew, okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So these people on your list, they're not people that you're going to reach out to and then just invite just like that. So don't worry about feeling comfortable inviting these people. Summer is the one that put together the invite training that we talked about 2 team calls ago, that I said I was just going to be posting in Knockouts United, which kind of was a flop. I think a better way to go about doing that invite training is kind of take it to team calls and do like 2 or 3 videos each team call, depending on how long they are. That way that we're all focused together. We're all going to watch the video. You don't have to make your own time for it. And then we can discuss, have questions, and work on whatever the assignment or whatever is throughout the week, and then go ahead and move forward with the training the next week. So that's kind of the game plan. Inviting is such a huge aspect of the business. Oh my gosh, that really scared me. So I wanted to really get as much as we can out of that invite training. So I think we're going to switch it up and do it on our team calls. So that's what's going to be coming up for the next couple team calls. But for tonight, I want you to get started. Well, maybe not tonight because it's might be bedtime. But get started this week on putting that list together. I even started one in my phone just because wherever I am during the day at the grocery store or whatever, whoever I think of, I can just get down on that list and transfer it all onto my email or whatever. So create your list. Do you guys have any questions for anything we went over tonight? Wasn't super exciting, but no. All right, I'm going to stop recording.